Hi, I'm JJ Gormley. Welcome to my yoga video. Whatever your reasons are for beginning a yoga practice, whether it's to reduce stress, to increase flexibility, or to improve your posture and alignment, you will find that yoga offers many benefits. The word yoga means union or to unite and is about uniting body, mind, and spirit. Hatha yoga is what is mostly practiced here in the West. The syllable ha in hatha means sun and represents heat, masculine or yang energy. Tha means moon and represents coolness, feminine or yin energy. Together, the word hatha means balance, and it's about balancing opposing forces of nature in your body and your mind in order to seek your inner self, your true nature. When we bring ourselves into balance, many systems of the body are affected, and the benefits of yoga become more apparent. Yoga begins working with the muscular structure and helps to pull the skeletal system into proper alignment. When the skeletal structure sits properly, our internal organs have the appropriate amount of room, and they in turn start to function better. When this happens, all systems of the body come into balance. The digestion and elimination run more smoothly. The endocrine or glandular system becomes regulated. The respiratory and circulatory system becomes more effective. The nervous system becomes more balanced. Mental abilities increase, which improves your ability to concentrate and to focus. When the body is functioning better, healthier, and more efficiently, your state of mind also becomes calm and clear, which enables you to handle stress better. So now you can see why many people are drawn to yoga. Let's begin by turning off the phone and finding a space clean and free of distractions so you can use this time to get the most out of the next hour. Time well spent now will help you tune into the wisdom of your own body. Reset your counter now. Let's start with diaphragmatic breathing. Lie down on your back. Your knees can be bent or straight just so long as you are comfortable. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. Begin by placing one hand on your belly and one hand on the lower part of your ribs. This enables you to feel where the breath is moving. Begin by exhaling and pulling the abdominal muscles down towards the floor. And then as you inhale, release the belly and let the belly expand as if you're filling up a balloon. Exhaling, the belly moves down. Inhaling, the belly moves up. Try to keep the ribs as still as possible as you breathe. This ensures that you're using the diaphragm muscle. Inhaling, expanding. Exhaling, contracting. Use this breathing time to center yourself, to bring yourself into focus for this yoga practice. Try to breathe smooth and steady and deep. And now we'll come up to a seated position by rolling on your side and using your top hand to press off. Keep the head low. Let the head be the last thing to come up. Sit in a comfortable seated position for neck stretches. We'll begin by exhaling and taking the chin to the chest, and inhaling, stretching the front of the neck as the chin goes up. Careful not to just pinch back in the back of the neck. Exhaling down, inhaling up. Never force or strain the neck. Come back to center. And now we'll take the chin over to one shoulder, back to center, chin over to the other shoulder. Nice and easy, gentle stretches. Again, over to one side, back to center, and chin over to the other shoulder. Back to center, and now ear down to one shoulder, back to center, and over to the other side. Easy stretches, not forcing, not straining. Back to center, and we'll start shoulder rolls. Bring your fingertips to your shoulders. Inhaling, the elbows come up. Exhaling, back and down. And you can just move as slowly, small circles. Move with your body and how you feel today. Larger circles if you feel more relaxed, more open. Just a few times in one direction. And then reverse. Inhaling, the elbows come back and up. Exhaling, forward and down. Now we'll come to table pose to move the spine in 6 directions. Table pose is on your hands and knees. We'll start with cat tucks and arches. Exhaling, tuck the tailbone, round the back, chin comes in, pull the thigh bones forward. Inhaling, tailbone goes up, stretch the sternum up, chin comes up. Exhaling, tucking, inhaling, arching. Careful on the arch not to force the lower back down, but extend and expand the back. And back to neutral. Now for kidney squeeze. Look over one shoulder and bring your hips over to that same side. It's a sideways movement for the spine. And now over to the other side. Hips move to that side. Look over that shoulder. Deep breath. And back to center. And now separate the knees slightly wider than hip width apart. Bring your left hand to center. Right arm comes out and up. Stretch up. Look up. Take a breath. Exhaling, down and through. Slide the arm down and lie the cheek down. Beginners, stay right here. More advanced, take the arm up toward the ceiling. Look up. And even more advanced, fold the arm behind the back, and if you can, touch the thigh. Unwind, back out, come back up to table. We'll change sides. Bring the right hand to center, left arm out and up, stretch up, deep breath, exhaling, down and through, arm down, cheek down. Beginners staying right here. More advanced, take the arm up to the ceiling and try folding behind the waist, reaching for the thigh. Keep breathing. And back out and down to table pose. Get ready for table balance. Take the right leg back and up. Opposite arm comes up by the ear. Beginners stay right here. More advanced, bend the back knee and reach back. Find your foot or ankle. Keep breathing. Back to table. And change sides. Stretch the other leg back. Arm comes up. Beginners staying right here. Careful when you twist back to stretch the arm across the torso to reach the foot, rather than pulling the foot in toward the center line of the body. Back out to straight arrow and down to table. Resting in child's pose. Bring the buttocks back toward the ankles. If this pose is uncomfortable on your knees, you can take a pillow under the buttocks. That helps to increase the angle in the knees, making it a little easier. If the stretch is too intense across the ankles or arches, take a towel roll under the ankles. Tuck the chin and roll up, and I'll meet you in staff pose. Legs extended straight out, spine tall. If this is too difficult to keep the spine extended straight, you can lean back on your hands. And we'll start with toe stretches. Pull the toes back toward the knees, keep the heels down. Curl the toes forward. And now, keeping the big toes together, stretch the little toes way apart. Fold the 4 little toes forward, keep the big toes back. Switch, big toes forward, little toes back. Spread the toes apart. Pull the toes back toward the knees. Curl the toes forward again, and now stretch across the ankles. Get ready for ankle rolls. Pick up one of your ankles, and we're just rolling and rotating the ankle around a few times in one direction, and then reverse. And stretch the leg back out, change legs. This is a nice lubrication for the ankle joint. That's it. And stretch back out. Now for hip stretches. Grab your shin bone as much as you can. Wrap your hands or arms around your shin bone and squeeze into the body. Keep the spine tall. More advanced, raise the shin up higher. And now rocking side to side. Bring the way over to one side, and then way over to the other side. Keep breathing. Back to center, raise the leg up, and stretch out, release down. Change legs. Bring the left side in. Grab that shin bone as best you can, squeezing in, spine tall, other leg extended straight. More advanced, raising the shin bone up a little higher. Spine is tall. Keep breathing. And now rocking side to side, way over to one side and way over to the other side. Back to center and stretching out. Releasing down. Now bring the soles of the feet together for cobbler's pose. And just as in staff pose, the spine should be tall. If you can't keep the spine up straight, lean back on your hands. Extending the head with the spine, the neck follows the spine. More advanced, bring the spine to a more vertical position. Releasing the thighs down, pressing the heels together and the balls of the feet together. Keep lifting and breathing in the chest and drawing the shoulder blades down the back. Deep, relaxing breaths. And now we'll come to table pose, back to your hands and knees, and get ready for lunges. Lunges are great stretches for the legs. Step your right foot up between the hands. Good. Lengthen the front body. Come up to the fingertips. Lengthen the front body. Pull the shoulder blades down the back. Hips pressing down toward the floor. Your front shin bone should be perpendicular to the floor. More advanced, raise the back thigh up toward the ceiling and press back into the heel. Keep the front body lengthening. And back to table pose, changing legs. Step the left foot up between the hands. Lengthening the front body, shoulder blades drawing down the back, pressing the hips forward. Front shin bone perpendicular to the floor. More advanced, raise the back leg, thigh bone pressing up toward the ceiling and back into your heel. Keep breathing. Work the thigh bones in opposite directions from each other to deepen the stretch. And back to table, getting ready for downward facing dog pose. Tuck the toes under, sit bones or buttocks go straight up toward the ceiling. Press your thigh bones back as you take the heels down toward the floor. It's more important to keep the legs straight than to get the heels down to the floor. So keep up on your toes as you press the thighs back. Work the legs. Extending the back, lengthening the arms, pressing into your whole hands, not the wrists. Sit bones working up toward the ceiling, thighs back, heels down. Find more room in the waist to expand the back. And back down to table and rest in child's pose. Remember, if this pose is uncomfortable for you, keep that pillow nearby and pull it under the buttocks. This pose should be restful and peaceful. Relax the arms, draw the breath deep in the belly. Tuck the chin and roll up. Take downward facing dog one more time. Sit bones up, thigh bones press back, heels down toward the floor. Lengthening the back. Stretch through the armpit area. Head goes down toward the floor. Relax the neck muscles. Pressing into the fingers, palms of the hands. Stay out of the wrists. Lengthening those two back muscles that run up and down either side of the spine. Keep breathing. Smooth, steady breaths as you work deeper and deeper in the pose. Downward facing dog pose is a wonderful stretch for the whole back side of the body. Releasing back down to child's pose. Tuck the chin and roll up. And we'll come to lying on your stomach for a quad stretch. Lie down on the belly and bend the right leg. Reach back with your right hand to your right ankle or toes and lift the thigh bone up. You want to lift the thigh bone straight up rather than out to the side, so keep your thighs as parallel to each other as you can. If you can't reach your ankle, just lifting the thigh up off the floor as best you can. And release back down. We'll come to the other side. Bend the left leg, reaching back if you can. Grab that ankle. Leg comes straight up. Try to keep your thighs parallel to each other. Keep breathing. And release back down. And we'll press up to table pose for our push-up series. Starting with cat push-ups 1, turn the hands so the middle fingers point in toward each other. Exhaling down, inhaling up. We'll take 5 of these. bringing the chin down between the fingers. Cat push-ups 2. Turn the palms so the middle fingers point away from each other and they're parallel. Bringing the chest down between the hands. Elbows come straight back. Exhaling down, inhaling up. Exhaling down, inhaling up. 5 of these. Now we move to dolphin push-ups. Elbows come down underneath the shoulders. Interlace your hands together. Pressing up into dolphin pose. Now you can stay right here and work in this pose. More advanced, take the push-up. Inhaling, bring the head up over the hands. Exhaling back. Inhaling as you move forward. Exhaling back. Try to keep the legs straight and strong. Work up to doing 5 of these. In the last set of push-ups, downward facing dog push-ups, pressing up into dog pose. Keep the legs straight as you do the push-ups. The elbows come straight down to the mat and back up. Exhaling down, inhaling up. Work up to doing 5 of these. This is tricep work. And release and rest in child's pose, a well-deserved rest. Relax the shoulders, release the elbows and the arms. Tuck the chin and roll up and come up to a standing pose for Sun Salutation series. Inhaling, the arms come out and up, stretch up. Exhaling, bend the knees, tuck the chin, roll down, hands to either side of the feet. Inhaling, step the right foot back, knee down, lunge, lengthen the front body. Hold the breath to table pose. Exhaling, cat tuck. Inhaling, cat arch. Exhaling, downward facing dog pose. Continue deep breaths as you work deeper and deeper in the pose. Work the legs, lengthen the back, work the arms. Back to table. Step the right foot up between the hands. Lunge. Exhaling, feet together, fold. Inhaling, bend the knees and roll back up, arms up. Exhaling, back down, bend and roll, hands to either side of the feet. Inhaling, left leg steps back, knee down, lunge, lengthen the front body. Hold the breath to table, and exhaling, cat tuck. Inhaling, cat arch. Exhaling, downward facing dog pose. These sun salutations go in increasing order of difficulty. Remember to work where your level is today. Back to table and step the left foot up between the hands, lunge. Exhaling, feet together, fold. Inhaling, bend the knees and roll up. Second salutation, exhaling, down into the fold. Inhaling, right leg steps back, knee down, lunge. Lengthen the front body. Hold the breath to plank pose. Exhaling, knees, chest and chin, grasshopper. Release down. Inhaling, no hands cobra. Use the strength of the back. Exhaling, downward facing dog pose. Continue deep breathing as you work the pose. Right foot steps up between the hands, knee down, lunge. Exhaling, feet together, fold. Inhaling, back up, arms up. Exhaling, back down, fold. Inhaling, left leg back, knee down lunge, lengthen the front body. Hold the breath to plank. Exhaling, grasshopper, knees, chest and chin, elbows stay close into the body. Releasing down, inhaling up for cobra. Keep the kneecaps up, legs firm. Exhaling, downward facing dog pose. Remember to repeat the sun salutation of the level that you're working in. You don't need to keep going on to the next level. Step the left leg up, knee down lunge. Exhaling, feet together, fold. Inhaling, back up, arms up. Exhaling, back down, third salutation. Step or jump the feet back. Plank pose. Exhaling, level plank. Inhaling, upward facing dog pose. The legs are off the ground. Exhaling, downward facing dog pose. Keep breathing, deep breaths, 3 deep breaths. Look up, step or jump the feet up between the hands. Fold, and inhaling all the way back up. Arms out and up, stretch up, look up, exhaling, back down. Step or jump the feet back. Plank pose. Exhaling, level plank. Inhaling, upward facing dog pose. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Keep breathing. Smooth, steady breaths as you work the pose. Work the legs, lengthen the back, work the arms. Jump up. Inhaling, roll all the way up. Arms down. And ready for standing poses. We'll start with tree pose, tree balance. Balance poses are good for increasing concentration. They also help to strengthen the ankles. Begin by lifting your left foot up. And beginners just barely lifting up. More advanced can take the foot up further. Advanced all the way up with the knee out to the side. Bring your hands together. And if and when you're ready, you can take the arms up. Keep your eyes focused at your focal point. Keep breathing and keep drawing the torso into a better and better standing posture. And back down just as smoothly as you went in. Release the foot and we'll change sides. Raising the right leg up. Remember, you just need to take the foot up as high as you're ready to go today. Advance, taking it all the way up with the knee out to the side and adding the arms. And just bringing the arms up as high as you'd like, keeping focused. Keep breathing, don't hold the breath. Hold the pose, not the breath. Pull the lower back ribs out so you don't sag in the waist. Moving back down just as smoothly as you went in. Getting ready for triangle pose. Step the feet apart. Turn the feet to the left. Left foot turns all the way out and the right foot turns in slightly. Rotate your left knee so it points in the same direction as the toes. Arms come up, shoulder blades down. Shift the hips to the right. Stretch left. Beginners using a block or stack of books. Find the height where you can get the most length in your spine. It's a sideways stretch, not a forward stretch, so the spine comes down in line with the legs. Even weight on both feet. Keep that front thigh rotating so the knee is in the same direction as the toes, not rolling forward. Inhale, come back up. Feet forward, and then over to the right. Right foot turns all the way out, turn the left foot in. Rotate the right knee, shift the hips, and stretch to the right. Left arm goes up. Even weight on both legs. Keep your quadriceps, the front of your thighs, working. Kneecaps lifted. Extend the spine. Keep breathing, don't hold the breath. Inhaling, back up. Feet forward in parallel, and step back to standing pose, mountain pose. Use this time to center, pulling yourself into a better and better posture. Shoulder blades down the back. Lift the entire rib cage up out of the waist. Step the feet apart for extended side angle pose. Arms come up, shoulder blades down. Turn the feet to the left. Same rotation in the left thigh. Bend the knee so the shin bone's perpendicular to the floor. Beginners, forearm to the thigh. Resting here. More advanced can take the hand to the floor. Extending the top arm out so you get a full body stretch on that top side of the body, from the foot all the way up to the toe. Lengthening the torso. Inhale, back up. Turn the feet to the other side. Rotate that front thigh. Move the shin into a right angle. Beginners resting on the thigh. More advanced coming down to the floor. Press down that back foot. Don't lose the weight down the back foot. Try to keep the weight even. Extending the torso. Don't crowd in the waist area. Expand and extend. Inhale, back up, straighten the legs, turn the feet, and step back to mountain pose. Forward fold. You can bend the knees if you need to for this pose. Try to keep the legs straight. You can also take your hands down on a wall to help work the back. Even weight on the feet, right to left and front to back. Don't hang back in your heels. Bend the knees, come down into a squat. And then we'll roll down on our backs for bridge pose. Bring your feet close into the buttocks. Press your shoulder blades down the back. Press your lower back into the floor and lift the tailbone up. One vertebra at a time coming up. Walk the shoulder blades in toward each other, not down toward your feet. Thigh bones pressing up toward the ceiling. Keep breathing. Releasing back down one vertebra at a time. Keep the tailbone tucked till the very, very end. Now we'll do some abdominal work. These first pose is called hip ups. Bend the knees into the chest and just swinging to lift the hips up off the floor. You can cross your arms across your chest if you'd like. We'll take 5 of these. And now for sit-ups. Interlace your hands behind your head. Exhaling, lifting, inhaling, back down. Try to keep the face parallel to the ceiling and use your arms. Bring the elbows in to help lift the weight of the head. Now for the obliques. One ankle crosses over the knee. Opposite elbow reaches over to join the knee. Exhaling as you lift. inhaling back down. We'll do 5 to each side. Change legs. Opposite elbow lifts and crosses over. Exhaling as you lift, inhaling back down. And now for spinal roll. Bring the knees in, cross your feet at the ankles, grab a hold of your toes, and rolling on the spine. From the tailbone to the shoulders, this is a wonderful massage and release for the back. Just have some fun with it. Careful not to roll up into the neck area, just the spine from the shoulders to the sit bones. Come all the way up to sitting for seated boat pose. Reach behind your thighs. Beginners, come up to the tippy toes and bring the shins up to parallel to the floor. Intermediate, release the hands. Stretching and advance, straighten the legs. Hold the pose, not the breath. Releasing back to a seated position. Relax the abdominal area. And we'll take this one more time. Hands behind the thighs, shin bones come up parallel to the floor. Releasing the hands and more advanced, straightening the legs. Holding the pose, not the breath. Keep the sternum lifted. And back down. And now we'll take a twist, a seated twist. Legs are crossed. Bring your left hand to your right knee, other hand behind the back. Inhaling, lift. Exhaling, twist. Lengthening the spine as you inhale, twisting on the exhale. Back to center, change sides. Pressing down, inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, twisting. Back to center. Open up the feet so the feet come underneath the knees. And leaning forward. Come as far forward as you can. You may not be able to come all the way to the floor. Try one of these other levels so that your head is resting on something and you can work on releasing in the hip area. And back up. Change the cross of your legs so the other shin is in front. We'll take the twist again to each side. And change. Inhaling, lifting, exhaling, twisting. And back to center, opening up the feet again, underneath the knees. And leaning forward. Stretch the sternum out across the room as you come forward. And back up. And now have your strap nearby as we roll down on the floor with your strap by your right side for some leg stretches. Start by bringing the right knee into the chest. If you've got bad knees, squeezing under the knee at the thigh. Otherwise, you can squeeze at the shin bone. Deep breaths to massage internal organs. Now grab your strap. Take the center of the strap around the ball of the right foot and stretch the leg out so the knees are together, knee to knee. And then begin pressing the heel up toward the ceiling. Straight leg, don't let that knee bend. Heel pressing up as the sit bone presses down to the floor. Just go as deep as you can. Keep the arms, shoulders, neck, and face all soft, just the back of that leg working. Keep breathing, don't hold the breath. Straight leg. And now we'll take the leg out to the side by winding the strap from the inside around back to the outside, and then leg comes out to the side. Try to keep that foot coming down parallel to the floor or the toes before the heel for more advanced. and back up. And we'll unwind the strap and wind it around the other side, from the outside around back to the inside. Straighten the left leg and take the leg over. Let the hip come up off the floor. Your right arm stretches out to the side for a little twist, pressing out through the heels of both feet. Eyes looking over your outstretched right arm. And back up, back to center. One last stretch with both legs straight, pressing out through both heels, both feet are flexed. And bend the knees, we'll change sides. Bring the left knee into the chest, squeezing. Remember, if you've got bad knees, squeezing at the thigh. Take the strap around the ball of the left foot, stretching the leg out straight, and then up. Keep pressing the thigh bone back into the hamstring, those back thigh muscles. Arms soft, face and neck soft, breath smooth and steady. And now for leg out, wind the strap from the inside around back to the outside as you take the leg out to the left. Foot coming down parallel to the floor or the toes first. Keep your right hip down. Use your right hand on your right hip to help remind you to keep that right hip down. Smooth, steady breath. And back up. Winding the strap around the other way for leg over. Straighten your right leg. Pressing out through the heel as you bring the foot over. The left arm stretches out. Look over your left arm. Pressing out through both feet. Heels and the balls of the feet active. And back up. One last stretch with both legs straight. Pressing out through the heels, both legs straight. Press your right thigh down into the floor and your left thigh back into the hamstring. Release back down. Bend the knees. I'm ready for alternate knee to chest pose. Right knee in, left leg stretches out. Flex both feet. And change. Left knee in, right leg out. This is a wonderful release for the low back. Anytime your lower back gets a little overworked, try this pose. And both knees into the chest. Reach for your arches. Take your feet up to the ceiling, knees to the floor. This pose is called dead bug pose. And release. One hand to each knee for knee rotations. Take your knees around in a circle. Nice massage for the low back. And reverse. Use your abdominal muscles to take the feet down to the floor. Release your arms and ready for pelvic tilt. Pressing the lower back into the floor, lift the tailbone up just a little. Deep breaths. Nice release for the low back. Breathe as deep in the belly as you can. And then release back down. Walk your feet out into relaxation pose or corpse pose. Make sure your shoulder blades are drawn under the back. Release your eyes toward the back of your head. Arms are at your sides, palms up. Let the feet turn away from each other. So if you were to draw a line down the center of the body, your arms and legs falling out from that center line. Keep releasing the eyes down toward the back of the head. Release the tongue. Let the tongue rest in the lower palate. Watch the breath, relax the body as you surrender to the ground beneath you. Let go of all the muscles. Releasing, relaxing, and letting go. Release the toes and the feet, the heels and the ankles, and then coming up the legs, releasing the calves and shins, deepening the breath, relaxing the body. Release around the knees, release the thighs, front of the thighs, the back of the thighs, inner and outer thigh. Let the pelvic bowl drop down toward the floor as you release the spine from the tailbone up into the lower back, relaxing the kidneys. All the internal organs sink down toward the floor. Let the rib cage release and relax, getting a little more flexibility where the ribs come in back and attach at the spine, allowing the breath to move more freely. Collarbones releasing and sliding away from each other. Release all around the shoulder girdle. Release the neck and throat. Release the jaw. Release around the temples, across the forehead, all around the eyes, down the bridge of the nose. Let the cheek muscles slide off the face down toward the floor. Relax the scalp from the front of the hairline down and back to the base of the neck. Continue breathing and releasing and letting go. Let your breath guide you deeper and deeper into a peaceful state of relaxation. When your mind wanders off, gently bring it back to your breath.